But know that eternity may only be attained by those who serve a purpose greater than themselves. All else is decay. So it was written in the hidden words before the beginning of time.
Alright, so hello everybody. Well, what is this? Oh, and then I can paint a message. Okay. Can I drop it? I can. The reason I want to drop it is because I can't. There's something to do with that, but I don't remember. Anyway, let's talk to Milton first so that he'll stop beeping at us. Do you always do as you're told? No. I only asked because I couldn't help but notice the stash of brightly colored knickknacks you're collecting. Don't you think it a mite odd that big voice in the sky keeps telling you to find those doodads, yet forbidding you to use them to climb the great big tower in the middle of it all? You're testing me, I must resist. Yeah, I'll climb it when I'm good and ready. Okay, no need to get huffy. You'd be amazed how many just do as they're told without stopping to think for themselves, but maybe you're different. Then again, maybe you're exactly the same. Maybe everyone climbs the tower, and the only way to win is to stay down here with the mortals. Okay, so why are you trying to manipulate me? Nope, in fact, all I'm in favor of you poking about up there, if only to see what you find. It must be something juicy if it's forbidden by His Highness. Then again, maybe not. I'll be off then, just wanted to drop in and run a little interference. Whatever you do, do take care. You have bigger problems than the voice in the clouds. You don't like to say his name, do you? Terminate support session. Yeah, that seems about right. Alright, let's see what we got. Original translation. The dying man went to the scribe who resided in Pre-Medjed. Did they miss an E or something? Or is that how, like, do you pronounce, like, how the hell do you pronounce PR? And said, Behold, I am weak of body. My days under the holy sun of Amun-Ra are coming to an end. Though I have spent my years in service of the two lands, I have not studied the something. Tell me, you who are wise in the writings of the dead, what lies ahead on my journey? What will I face in the land of the Westerners? And the scribe spoke, saying, At the appointed time, something. Okay, so for the first part there, resided in whatever that is, his likely location was changed according to who the copy of the book was made for. The dying man is an avatar of the owner. Okay, and then the son of Amun-Ra. In the older manuscript, this is rendered as something, some controversy as to whether it, and then apparently the rest of that is also gone. Then something to do with the land of the Westerners. The dead compare with Kenti Amenchu, the foremost of the Westerners, a title later given to Osiris. And then something that was deleted on us, apparently had a note that says, sometimes mistaken for a mistranslation on Budge's part. This is actually almost certainly a mistranslation by the ancient scribe. The equivalent portion of the older manuscript is sadly not extant. I don't know what extant means. Got it, lyrics, eh? My new song with lyrics, gotta laugh about this stuff. Laughter is the best medicine. I've got it, you've got it, he's got it, she. Okay. Just everybody's got it. Dog is fine. But that's weird. It says Bob's got it, then dog's good. Dog is fine. Everybody's got it except dog. Okay. I mean, depending on what beat you put it to, I've seen songs with less lyrics and worse lyrics, so I mean... Disgruntled Meister's blog... Okay. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm afraid of dying. I don't see any reason to believe there's an afterlife. I'm an organism like any other. When my brain stops working, my consciousness will cease, and I will be gone, and you know what? I can't just embrace that. I can't say I'm okay with it, or I've accepted it, or some nonsense like that. I don't want to have an ending. It terrifies me. If I had a genie right now, I'd wish for immortality. Who wouldn't? Oh, but you wouldn't really want to be immortal, the pseudo-philosophers say. Pretentious drivel. Everybody wants to live forever. Maybe everybody deserves to live forever too. But we can't, so here we are, live with it, or rather don't. Alright. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, everybody's like, immortality sucks, because then, you know, you can never die, you gotta... And I mean, yeah... I have no idea what's going on to you. The certification program is a sham. What does a computer know about humanity? The tools to overcome this place have been provided to us. We need only learn how to use them. You'll be needing a special device to solve this one. Have you tried crossing the laser beams? Am I going crazy or do computer terminals have a personality? Let's go with the certification. Okay, so that's tell others what you think. And that's for using the paint. And then I think that there's... I think it might be that... It could very well be that second ability in the yellow up there with the play sign. Because I think there's like a time, like, not... I don't know if it's like time travel type deal or like time suspension or something where like... It reminds me of this game that I played called Hourglass where like you would activate a thing, do something, and then once like this timer ran down, you would be warped back to wherever you activated the device. Because when it started, you walked through a door, and then later you got one you could just trigger whenever. And then as soon as you got back to there, a clone of you would go out to do a thing, to do whatever you did while the device was active. It was a really cool game. Let's see, I'm finally getting some sense out of the entity in the archive, though at some cost to my sanity. Meaning to think this Elohim wields no more control over the world than we do. Alright, so we can do all these puzzles, which makes sense. And we got 1 star, and it's all yellow pieces, so that's good. We should be able to unlock, I think, actually when I looked, I think we could either unlock the wind, or, like, I think we could unlock both of them, but I'm not 100% on that. Alright, so let's take a quick peek out here. I love this area, by the way. Like, the Egyptian architecture and that, I fucking love it. It's like the one reason why I would play, Assassin's Creed Origins again, because gameplay-wise, I would much prefer to play Odyssey again, but... Let's see, I made a box float, seriously, it was awesome. Okay. So is that a clue that I need to bring a box out here and throw it in the water? I doubt it. Oh, whoops, right. Jump. Hey, not mine. Alright, let's see what World 2 has for us. Window through a door. Okay. It's up a... Why is it up a ladder? That's weird. Okay, so we got us a red laser. It's one of those. We got a door here. We got another thing there, but that wouldn't really help us. We do have another thing here, so you know what? Let's boop. Let's put this right here. I think that will be a good spot. Obviously this thing's gonna be an issue. What happens if I put one of these in front of you? That does bounce off, but putting it there really wouldn't help matters, so. Okay, and then we got red there, but if all we have is this thing, okay, and then we also have this here, which is interesting. But I guess that's... Oh yeah, because then the thing is up there. I still don't understand why it would be up there, but whatever. Okay, so obviously I need to connect this with this. Now if I connect it here though... Oh no, it does actually... I just don't understand this one. I figured I'd try and make some progress here, but honestly it's such a thankless task compared to what else is out there. Ah, fuck. Come on. You. Okay, now just so that I don't have to hear that anymore. Although... Oh, you know what? Actually... That makes sense. And there we go. That makes makes sense, especially with the title. Paid attention to the title. Was rewarded. Yeah, you definitely ain't doing that the other way. Damn. That is a hell of a build-up. Still not 100% sure why this is up here, though. I mean, like, that does... I was gonna say worry me, but that's not the correct word. I mean, the only thing I could think of is maybe up here has something to do with the star. Like, because now we could go around and collect the laser beams and, like, get them connected up there, right? I think we could get one up there anyway. And send the beam out, but we need to... Let's quickly head back up here. And see if there's anything... Yeah, I'm not seeing any, like, connectors out in the wild, so... I mean, that's still my best bet, or my best thought right now, would be that... Because I don't see any other reason to have that up on the pedestal. And not just on the ground there. Like, there was no need to build that pedestal for it. So now I'm not seeing the star out here. It could be like up on one of these ledges that I might need to get onto, but for the moment, let's say. There are hidden dangers in this new world. I've inexplicably escaped death any number of times. I suggest vigilance. Who knows what happens to those who step carelessly too often? I'm assuming that's like a don't die very often type hint, if you want to call it a hint. But I mean, don't die is not a very good hint for anything. I mean, if you have to be told that you shouldn't die or get killed, maybe we should just let nature take its course at that point. Okay. So I got a red one there. I put this as far back as possible. Because I can only assume that the blue one is in here. Oh, I see. Oh. Okay, but then the beams will lock. Go. Just gotta get them proper. We set up. I guess we don't. Well. Okay. See now this having this instead of a box also leads me to believe that I might need one of these lasers going through. I mean, it could be that I need the laser over this way to get... I'm kind of annoyed that it doesn't actually tell me where the star is. Like, just where it is. Like, that you have to find it. Just because, like, if I know it's in a puzzle, then I'll know that what I need to think about it is within the confines of that puzzle. Whereas the fact with, like, how much... Okay, he's got a fucking box on his head. Boom! And now I still have a box. Okay. This is a tricky one, because if you don't take the other box with you... I mean, it's not a hard one, but it is tricky, because if you don't take the other box with you, you aren't getting back across the fence, right? Like, okay, so clearly if there's no star in here, then we don't need. Because, I mean, with the puzzles that we've been sent, like the stars and that that we've been sending lasers through puzzles, into other puzzles, into just like the general world. Every time that I get a puzzle, it's like, oh man, what do I do with this? Like how important exactly is this puzzle? Okay, so I need to get a box across here. What does it say? Epitaph child program, codename Samsara, terminated here. Logic program timed out, final memory dump, but I was stuck. What was I supposed to? I see icy clouds. Alright. Well, I guess he didn't take his own advice and just not die. Now the question is, though... Oh, never mind. Alright. Good God. Maybe it does just go through then. Yeah, it does. I don't know, it looked like it was charging up. I thought I might have to cycle through the turrets to get it to... And those are loud. To get it to, not blow itself up on them, but I guess not. Man, they really want you to get these other pieces, don't they? So that you can get the power, or like get the other... I don't know, I keep calling them powers, but they're not really powers, they're tools.
Cease!
Okay.
In the time of your ancestors, there were those who did not choose the path of faith. You do not need to fear their ghosts. Fear only that you may become like them.
Okay. Well, considering that... Well, no, like I said, the recordings are probably that other power that's there, that play sign. But, we still haven't found the star in a puzzle. But if it's not in this... And we haven't spotted it just by looking around, but I mean, that doesn't mean that it's not somewhere. Because yeah, I can definitely jump over here. So I guess since we're here, we may as well check this side already and then head into the... Yeah, because I'm not seeing anything here. We'll head into the puzzle, and if we don't see the star, we'll take a closer look around out here. I don't know if it's in a puzzle or not, though, is the thing, right? Okay, tree. What was the name of this one? Something about a star. I wonder if the... Oh, if the star is in here. Alright. Hello, hello. Okay, well, obviously, I need to connect you. But I need it to, yeah, but then that doesn't connect to the thing. Alright. Clearly that doesn't work. It might work if I got it on this side. I might be able to. I want it to be as far this way as possible. that it has the most amount of time between this thing moving. Hey, also I hear the computer beeping, but I don't know why it would be beeping so strongly here. I mean, clearly I have to get. Oh, there's a computer terminal over there. Clearly I have to get the red into there, but that should be fairly easy from over there. Although I probably, you know what, I'm going to, because while I'm reading, that's going to be super annoying. Connect it to that, and just put it as close to the door as we can, although not so I can get by, just so I can just target it from over there, and the gate will be open by the time I make it. Alright, let's see what Milton has to say here. Hello again, I've been checking your responses against library archives. In order to assist you further, I need some additional information. Can you tell me what is to you the important difference between a pebble and a tree? A tree is alive, a pebble is older, or a tree is heavier. The important difference between a pebble and a tree, I mean, one's a rock and one's wood. I mean, heavier, older, alive, I wouldn't consider any of those important, in all honesty, but I guess a tree is alive. Now, what is the relevant difference between a tree and a frog? A frog is green, a frog is delicious, a frog is conscious, I guess. One is an animal, one's a plant. What's the difference between a frog and you? What makes you a person? I'm self-aware, I'm rational, I have feelings, nothing important, frogs are people too. I mean, once again, am I answering as me the person, or am I supposed to be answering as what I think my character would answer? Like, I mean, we don't know how self-aware frogs are. What does it mean to be self-aware? That you're a frog? I mean, I'm sure that they don't call themselves frogs. I'm sure they, you know, have some kind of croak or something, but I guess I guess frogs probably have feelings too. I don't know. What I'd like to put to you is that the important difference between you and the frog is that you are rational, you are self-aware. That is what makes a person. Let us take stock. I think we can tentatively conclude two things. A person must be rational, self-aware. A person must be conscious. What I suggest we do to help resolve your problem is ask whether you are in fact those things. Are you aware of yourself? Can you rationalize your existence? Yeah, I exist, therefore I am. That's the answer, right? I tend to agree with you, though your responses so far have been a little eccentric. I'm resigned to admit that you're right. The matter of whether or not you are conscious seems rather more elusive. What is consciousness, in your opinion? Consciousness would be the feelings and senses, right? Hardly answers the question. What is it in ordinary terms? Can I touch it? What is it made out of? Neurons beyond the laws of physics. Another word for the soul is a complex functional system. I guess that would be the answer, right? Because, I mean, it's all your brain shit, right? Interesting thinking. You know, I really feel like we're making progress. We'll have you through the certification program in no time. In the meantime, I will mull over your proposal and notify you if I come to any conclusions. Alright, what do we got here? Mutation. The role of mutation in evolution is particularly fascinating. Mutation is essentially an error in the organism's central database. A variable gets changed, a piece of information is accidentally doubled or combined with another. Most of the time the result is the equivalent of a bug, causing anything from minor problems to complete system shutdown, i.e. death. But sometimes the new information is functional, giving the organism an advantage against the challenges it faces, in which case it has a much higher chance of being passed to the next generation. It depends on what that mutation is. If you consider how unlikely a beneficial mutation is and how long it takes for such a mutation to propagate, this process can give you an amazing insight into just how vast the genetic history of each living organism. Okay. Simultaneously, it is intriguing to consider what a major role random errors have played in the evolution of life itself. The same process that has killed so many of us, often in horrific ways, is also responsible for our very existence. Capacity. Yeah, no worries. EL is not only ridiculously fast, it also has a bazillion tons of space. Even while hosting a full copy of the archive, it'll totally be able to handle all your project's data needs, assuming its output is as you suggested. I mean, the worst case scenario would be like centuries. That should be enough, right? I would hope that centuries to do whatever it is. Alright, evolution. One of the common misunderstandings about evolution, sometimes accidentally promoted by people who should know better, is that it's an active process. Sometimes the term evolve is even applied to individual beings, as if some invisible force had driven them to suddenly change. But the truth is that individuals don't evolve. The term evolution describes a long-term process that can be observed in an entire population across time due to, for example, in response to an external threat or challenge. If an individual coincidentally has a trait that allows it to deal with that challenge more effectively than others, it is more likely to pass on that information to its descendants. That information gives them an advantage, so over time they become the dominant model of that species. The individuals experience no significant genetic change during their lifetimes, but each of them is part of the evolution of the species. It's a weird way to put it, to say that more likely to pass on the information to its descendants, because I realize it's talking about genetically, you know. So it's like, if like you get a, if you live in like a super cold climate and you get a mutate, and like when you're created, DNA, birth, no, not birth, conceived. When you're conceived at conception, if the DNA, you know, fucks up and somehow gives you the ability to withstand the cold more than a normal human, like that one guy who does like all the ice bath, I don't know if he still does like all the ice bath challenges, and like runs marathons in the cold in his underwear because he can, and it doesn't seem to affect him. You know, if you're like that, living in a cold climate, then obviously, you know, you're more likely to survive. You're more likely to be effective in that climate. Therefore, you're more likely to attract a mate. Now, obviously, that the amount that mutations have played a part in that kind of system has went downhill as we've advanced technologically. Because obviously now, if you live in a cold climate, while being able to survive in the cold longer than a normal human, or at colder temperatures than a normal human, would still be an advantage, it is not such a great advantage that it would, you know, warrant you like being exceptionally more suitable for mating, right? Because we as humans have enough technology in that it's like, ooh, I can survive in colder weather. It's like, so I can just go inside and turn on the heater, right? Like, alright, well, I mean, I was kind of right. I mean, it is this puzzle that we need to do, that we need to send the laser through with. But I still don't understand what this is for. I mean, like, it just doesn't, like, I still don't understand why they bothered to build that up onto or put that one piece up on the platform, like, when it's just unnecessary. Oh, whoops. Boop. There's our star. Now we can go and get what I can only imagine is like a wind kind of tool. We're gonna have to like push stuff through in that. It's weird because like playing this game, because I play a lot of puzzle games, and playing this one, it's interesting to see because it seems to combine a lot of other puzzles, like a lot of elements that I've seen in other puzzle games, you know? Like, I've played so many puzzle games that are just the laser things, right? And stuff like that. Like, there's just been so many puzzles that I've... Oh, I think I see what I did. I do like that you can place these everywhere. Some games are real pricks about it. And, they don't let you do that. Oh, that didn't actually work the way I thought it would. Correct. Alright. Well, if I put you you there. You there, that wouldn't help. There. No, that wouldn't do anything. Oh wow, they actually gave me one of these that I have to think about. Oh, ain't that a shame. Oh, come on. There we go. Yay, you have now unlocked Wind. Now that was, I feel, a lot more violent than the other ones we unlocked, although it has been a while since we unlocked them. But I don't remember them doing that, I just kind of remember them slowly descending into the floor. But whatever, that was the first world of hub area B. Let's see. Do these things show what things we need? Yeah, we just need wind in that for those. And we'll need... Okay, we'll get another one of those. Okay, that won't give us all the pieces we need to unlock the other power. We'll still need... Okay. Yeah, so then the next two will unlock that other power. And then, let me guess, 4 is when we start to see it? Yeah, and then 4 is when we'll need to use... Oh, 4 even has 2 stars in it, alright. Alright, so next time we'll head into B2 and see what our new wind power is. Like I said, it's probably just pushing stuff around. I mean, unless they give us boxes with it. And it looks like the boxes are in the 2 puzzles that also have the wind thing. So yeah, I'm going to assume that we're pushing boxes. But that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week for more.